Welcome to our Early Intervention Technical Assistance online learning portal. This portal provides information, resources, and professional development items around a broad range of topics to support families and professionals. As we poke around, I'll point out some things for you to come back to as a professional who supports children and families through home visiting programs and family centers. To get to our portal, go to www.eita-pa.org. On this homepage, let's take a look at a few things. First, there's the Families and Professionals buttons. If we click on Families, it takes us to a page that has resources that are really specific to helping families get informed about early intervention. But there's a lot of general links on here too, like websites about Pennsylvania, Promise for Children, Early Learning GPS, and some other things that are general early learning pieces. And as we go down to documents and publications, if you look at the Watch Me Grow brochure here, and we'll click on that and it takes us to the patent page. And I'll click on that just so you can see what we're talking about. That brochure really introduces early intervention, but also has some child development milestones, just to give people a preliminary glance as to what's expected of children and gives an idea about whether a child needs an evaluation. If we go back to our homepage and click on Professionals, we'll see a wide variety of state and national supports and resources that help support professionals in early intervention. And also there's foreign language early intervention forms there. Back to the homepage. We also want to show you some social media pieces that are here. If we scroll down on the homepage, we have a Twitter account, and so our Twitter account feeds onto our homepage. You can also follow us on Twitter at EITA_PA. We have a YouTube channel, and our YouTube channel actually has videos that we include in training. We've live streamed some events, and we're lucky enough to have some videos from a child and family perspective, and this happens to be one of them if you want to check out that video. And you can find our channel at EITA PA. We also send out a monthly update about what's new in the portal. It's called the Portal to Practice, and if you click on this subscribe button, you'll get to a page that you can sign up to get our updates. Our next tab over from home is the New to EI tab, and if you click that, you'll see that there's a Professionals and Families drop down, and the Families page actually takes you to the same one as this Families link, but the Professionals is actually slightly different. And on this Professionals New to EI page, it includes information that would help new professionals in the field of early intervention get access to a lot of necessary resources in one spot. You are welcome to peruse this if you have families who have kids in early intervention or families who are going to move into early intervention for one of their children. This actually has a lot of forms and publications that might be helpful. Our next tab on our portal is the Topics of Interest tab, and we have a variety of topics of interest that support early intervention. The ones that I can tell that might be most interesting or pertain to what you're doing is autism, dual language learners, early language and literacy, inclusion, and social emotional. So we're going to take a look at those tabs and give you a little more information about those. When I click on the Autism tab, I get to our page here. And if you or the parents or family members that you're working with are concerned about red flags about autism, there are a number of good resources here to help with early detection and identification of autism. There are many other excellent resources here. One I will call your attention to for your own professional development is about autism in toddlers, Autism Navigator. It's a free course and it's intended for families and others to learn about autism spectrum disorder. So that's one to check into. And if you've never seen the Sesame Street and Autism page, I would highly recommend you clicking here and going to that page. There's some really nice and fun resources to help support kids with autism, friends of kids with autism, to help parents with social stories. There's a variety of things there. So it's a really, really nice resource. If I click on dual language learners, I'll see that this page offers resources to help professionals really meet the needs of young children who are learning 2 or more languages as part of their diverse family or diverse community culture. There's some nice resources on assessment and information gathering, as well as links to the PA Key professional development modules here that they're called the WETA Early Years modules. The modules actually get access through the PA Key or the Professional Development Registry, but you can go ahead and take a look at that. There's 5 free online modules to support practitioners. And another nice resource is one on storybook reading for young dual language learners. There's another resources about family engagement, so take a look at this page to find those resources. If I click on the Early Language and Literacy drop-down, I'll get to this page, and knowing that the development of language and literacy skills are really critical for kids, there's a variety of topics here, and they're separated into what I'll call 2 buckets. One is for families, one's for practitioners. So we'll click on the Families page and see a variety of things here to help support families. It's a nice mix of websites, documents, and checklists and videos to really help engage parents in understanding the importance of those really everyday interactions and the little things they can do to make big changes and help support their kids. There's similar resources if we click over to the practitioners page, but just geared more towards professionals working with kids and families, but other very nice resources, so feel free to check out any of those. The inclusion page has a number of state and federal resources to help support inclusion and inclusive practices. To support families, you can explore some of these access to services, links, and this video library to help parents see inclusion in action. And finally, the other topic of interest that seems to be of note for you would be the SocialEmotional tab. And this is such an important topic, I know, for families and professionals, and there's been a significant amount of resources and efforts put into supporting programs and families. And you'll see there's kind of 3 buckets, if you will, of resources here. Resources for families, resources for center-based programs, and resources for home-based programs. And I won't click through all of them. We'll just take a look at, say, the resources for families, but each page has a number of resources. This one has a number of websites, but if you click over on these 2 sites, there are a ton of resources to help support practitioners and also practitioners supporting families. So take a look at those. The next tab of interest here is the Professional Development tab. You'll find a number of learning objects here to help you. A few things to note. We split the page up into topics here like transition, service delivery. These were made to make sense to early intervention, so might not all make sense to you. But within those topics, we have things called job aids and other things that are courses. Job aids are really short learning pieces that last anywhere from about 5 to 25 minutes. They do not come with credit, but they'll give you a certificate of completion when finished. And the job aids that might be of interest to you include things like EI eligibility, which is down here. Early intervention eligibility in Pennsylvania. There's a job aid on helping support young children and families experiencing homelessness. Lots of ways to listen, which is about communication options for families who have a child who's deaf or hard of hearing. Also, responding to diversity, and then a cultural diversity podcast series. So those are some of the job aids that might be of interest to you. If you're interested in taking one of the job aids for your own professional development, you can go ahead and click the Read More button and get a little bit more information about them. And if you're interested in taking that job aid, you would just click Get Started. As you can see under this registration piece, there's no registration for job aids, but you will have to log in. So if I click it actually takes you to our login page. I already have a login and a password. If you've forgotten yours, you can click here, but if it's your first time here, it walks you through how to set up an account, and it's very easy. So once you do that, you'd get into the job aid, you would take the short piece and then get a certificate at the end of it. Courses, however, can range from 3 to 9 clock hours. All of our courses require pre-registration on another site because they award credits. But if you want to take a course, let's find the Social-Emotional Foundations for Early Learning. That's all the way down here. So say I wanted to take a course. I'm going to click the Read More, and it gives me more information about the course. It actually tells me how many credit hours. If you're interested in PQAS hours, it has a code for you. Tells you who the intended audience for. But if you look under registration, it says it's available for registration under the patent training calendar. Before I click that, you'll also note that you need to register before the 25th day of the month to enroll in the following month. So, for instance, right now it's the middle of October, and I can register for November's course until the 25th of October. So if I click that patent training calendar link, I'll see that it's on October, so I want to click on November and hit go. And then when I do, I'm on the November calendar, and all of our online trainings are listed typically under the first of the month or the first working day of the month. So I have to scroll down and find Social-Emotional Foundations for Early Learning, and then I'll see that I can click register. And when I do, I get to a page that looks like this. There's more information about the course. I can click here to register. It takes me to a page, again, more information about the course, but here you're going to figure out which credit hours you're looking for. I'm going to click no credit, but you are welcome to click whichever is applicable to you, and then find the button that's applicable to that. And once I click that button, I get to this page. Now, I have been here before, and you might also have been here before, and you would have a user ID and password, and you would click register. If not, again, it's very easy to create an account, and you would be able to do that and register for the course. But I'm going to click register and see that it's asked me for more information about myself. And then I submit the registration, and it's going to tell me a reminder email has been sent to you. You're confirmed for that course for November. And once I've completed registration, I will wait for an email that comes a few days before the course starts, and it'll give you information to begin the course. And when the month starts and you know you're allowed to log in, you go back to this professional development page, find my course, and click Get Started. And just like the job aids, when I click Get Started, it's going to ask me to log in on the training site. If you have registered for the course on the patent website but never been on the training site before, you will be given a username and password, and that will be in the email. But you'll be directed to the course and given that information. If you're on our training site and have technical difficulties or questions, you can email our help desk at eita@patent.net. Our final tab that we're going to click on today is our blog tab. This page holds some really thought-provoking content to help practitioners consider how your learning is put into practice with children and families. Check out posts like the value of family culture, or why does he/she do that? Those might be of interest to you, and that can get you started. I hope that helps you want to explore our portal and all the opportunities for your own professional development and supporting families here. Enjoy!